Dear young brothers and sisters of the new generation of Hindustan, Namaskar. In today's episode of our exploration of the true history of Hindustan, I would like to present a particular subject for your kind attention, your evaluation, and to make or derive your own personal impression and idea, that is, about the religions. If you go through the pages of the history, it is quite clear that the religions are those organizations or establishments which caused the most terrible and cruel human suffering ever happened on the surface of this world or this planet. And the religions are, in fact, which started also the great wars more than politics. It was the influence of the religions which caused almost all wars and terrible disasters which the mankind had to suffer. So, as far as you, the members of the new generation, are concerned, it is my conviction that you have more rational outlook compared to the past generations. So this is the reason why I would like to present this subject for your evaluation, because it's very important. When the Islamic invaders arrived in India to plunder, to loot, and to take away the richness of Hindustan, they proclaimed that they are the chosen people of Allah. And when the Europeans came to Hindustan for the same purpose, the Christian missionaries who accompanied them, they also proclaimed that they were also the chosen people of Jehovah, their God. If they were really chosen people of Allah and Jehovah, the most potent, then the question is, why they didn't have enough to eat and drink where Allah and Jehovah had located them? Just think about this question and make your own answer. And why they had to come to Hindustan, why they didn't have in the geographical area where Allah and Jehovah had located them? These are rational and reasonable questions. And when you see the difference between the climatic and geographic atmosphere which existed in the area where the chosen people were located by Allah and Jehovah and where the non-chosen people lived, it becomes quite clear that, unfortunately, neither Allah nor Jehovah was aware of such beautiful earthly paradises which existed outside the geographical area where Allah and Jehovah had located their chosen people. When we think about the extremely bitter experience Hindustan had to suffer from the invasion by the Islamic and Christian culture, we are constrained to trace out the root cause for the origin of both those cultures. The documented historical evidence and the holy books of both those cultures demonstrate that they were sprouted out from this hot and burning Arabian desert located in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, Persian Gulf, and the Red Sea. Here we have Babylon with the two rivers, Euphrates and Tigris. Here is Israel, here is Jerusalem, and here is Medina and Mecca. So it is quite imaginable how hard it was for the human beings to survive there, even without sufficient drinking water. The suffering of those populations was too hard and desperate that it was a vital necessity for their hope and survival to imagine about an aggressive and powerful God who could grant them a luxurious heaven, some comfort, pleasure, and well-being, at least after death, and what all are narrated in the so-called holy books. At the same time, for those who lived in the earthly paradises like Hindustan, Brazil, Costa Rica, Australia, or similar places, such an imagination or faith was absolutely unnecessary. In the following photographs, We can see this fundamental fact by comparing the aggressive and offensive living conditions of those self-declared chosen people of God who invaded Hindustan with the heavenly paradises enjoyed by the non-chosen people. In this photograph and in the following photographs, on the left side, you can see the climatic and geographic conditions of the area where the chosen people of Allah and Jehovah were located. And on the right side, you can see examples of the geographic and climatic background where the non-chosen people were living joyfully. Just have a look. These were the backgrounds of invaders, and here you can see the living conditions or the living climatic as well as geographic condition of the non-chosen people. Same here also. Have a look. Just have a look. Vultures sitting on the thorny plants of the desertic area and beautiful parrots here. The animals which had or the geographic zones of the chosen people, and here of the non-gain, donkeys and sheep. And the other photograph we have seen camels. What else? Whereas, have a look here, beautiful horses, the plants and the nature, beautiful natural gardens. Whereas full of thorns without any drop of water. And the fruits which were granted to the chosen people by their God or gods were some figs, olives, dates, grapes, and that's all. No hint about any other foods in any of the books which narrates the grand offers of Allah or Jehovah to their chosen people. Whereas, see the abundance which was enjoyed by the non-chosen people. Again, here we have some examples of the olive, and that was granted to the chosen people, where the non-chosen people had very sweet fruits of all types. The animals again, see the conditions where the chosen people of the so-called gods lived. And here is a picture of the chosen people of Jehovah collecting manna during their return from Egypt to Israel, as it is narrated in the first volume of the Bible. And you know what is manna? According to the scientific documents, manna was, or manna is, the cocoons of a particular type of beetles which grow on desertic bushes. And when the beetles go out of, when they get mature, when they go out of the cocoons, those cocoons will remain on the bushes and they fell down on the earth. And this was what was collected by the selected or chosen people of Jehovah during their return from Egypt to Israel. And that is what is documented in the Old Testament or the first volume of the Bible. Whereas, at the same time, see what all abundance had the non-chosen people. Same here also. In the previous picture, we have seen various types of fruits in abundance. In this picture, we can see the various type of abundance of vegetables enjoyed and still enjoying by the non-chosen people, whereas the chosen people of Jehovah had to collect these cocoons of the beetles for their daily bread. So, from a minimum rational outlook, what do you think about the affirmation of the chosen people of Allah or chosen people of Jehovah? It's up to you to decide. We in Hindustan, we never proclaimed that we are chosen people of a particular God, but we believed that, or we continue to believe that, we are part of the superpower which can be called as God. And if that superpower is called as God, what we believe is that that superpower is present everywhere in the universe, and that's why we believe that Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. So, make your own opinion about the proclamation that we are chosen people of a particular God. Make your own idea. Just think about it. The intention is not to make any provocation or not to irritate anybody, but to invite everybody to have a rational outlook and use the brain to arrive at a correct conclusion. That's all. So thank you very much for your kind attention. See you in the next episode. Jai Hind.